Okay, quick video today just to show you what this Sigma 35mm f1.2 is capable of doing. I was leaving work last night and just stumbled across this juggling circus fire performance, and I had my camera on me, my Panasonic S5 with the 35 1.2 already mounted, and I was just catching the last few minutes of this performance because it was almost done and managed to get these things. I don't think anyone could have got these pictures with any other lens. It was almost completely dark, obviously, and the f1.2 on the 35mm really helped capture all of the available light. And not only that, but it gives us a really nice separation between the subject and the background. So here are a few photos that I got in fairly quick succession. The autofocus worked really well. It focused on the flame, which is probably ideal in this situation because it's a long shutter speed and any movement of the person is going to be blurred anyway. So I think it was a really good choice of the camera to focus on the flames. I didn't have any time to really go through any settings. This was a really pull the camera out and start taking pictures right away kind of situation. Let's see what kind of editing I've done. I haven't done a whole lot. I've put a lot, which is one of mine, which I've created. That's without, and that's with, just to give it a nice, what do you call it, Batman effect. A little bit of green going on there, taking away some of the reds. And I've applied that a lot to all of them. So we can see here again the flames nice and sharp, the subject not so much, and the background nice and blurred. So there's a nice separation between the flame and the background. It really looks as if it's floating there. There's this 35mm pop effect that I really like, and I really like the focal length because of that. Again, because the performer was relatively still here, we got a little bit of a face, and again the flames kind of floating in midair like that. Similar situation here. Performers walking to the left. Again, you can see the flames nicely sharp and cut against the background. Now let's take the lot off again to show you what this straight out of camera looked like. A bit too red for my taste, so I just removed some of that in post. Again, very nice subject separation. I'm just going to fly through these because if you want to have a close look, you can just hit pause on the video. This is one of my favorites because the flame is like completely framing her. This one's really nice. Now I've done some extra here. I've added a bit of radial blur just to give the radial blur effect on the outsides, but I've used a mask to remove it from the inside. So the performer and most of the flames are still nice and sharp. This is probably the most edited one out of the bunch. I think the performer was being a bit slower here, and then she sped up again. This one's really nice. She's walking to the left, and there's a small arc and a large arc, really nicely framing her and the other arc. So they're framing themselves and the performer. Another nice one. Again, just my lot, and also a bit of brightness taken away from this one. I think it's a nicer effect for the flames to be against a darker background. So I just darkened it a little bit there. Also very nice one. These shapes created by the flames are really nice. And again, I didn't really have much time to adjust any settings on the camera. I just dropped the shutter speed low to some arbitrary thing. I don't even remember what it was right now, but it's just enough to create these very nice images. And the last one, this one's kind of cool because it makes kind of like a heart shape. Let me see if I can find the settings I used for this. Right, view, studio, metadata. There we go. So you can see here 35mm f1.2 DGDN. This was 2/5 of a second at 1.2. Okay, so it's not actually that slow of a shutter speed. ISO 200. Wow, okay. And I think they should all pretty much have exactly the same settings because, as I said, I quickly whipped it out and started snapping. ISO 160. So the ISO is obviously set to automatic because that's changing slightly. It's just really, it's amazing that you can use ISO 100 and ISO 160 in almost complete darkness with this f1.2 lens. It really is an amazing lens. I don't think there's anything like it. Not only you have this great light gathering ability, but the sharpness of it. The sharpness is really good. Let's just zoom into this one. Look at that. Look at those flames. Like, look at the detail on those flames. Now, obviously, all of it isn't going to be sharp because at f1.2, your depth of field is quite shallow. But I mean, look at that. Let's try. I'm going to start zooming into all of them now just to see the level of detail that you're getting from this lens. Excuse my phone. Look at that. So if you wanted to, you could zoom in and crop much more into these photos than I have. I mean, just look at the detail on that flame. It is amazing. There we go. This one isn't exactly in focus. It's a little bit blurry, but I'm zoomed in here quite a lot already. Now, there's one where her face is kind of more recognizable. This one, you know, look how much you can zoom into this. If you're just putting this on social media or something where people would view it on a phone, I mean, you could use this. That's entirely usable. Okay, thank you for watching. I just wanted to talk quickly about this lens, and I think it's great. So, bye for now.